'Cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty. 'Cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
Hello guys, so today I'm going to have a brief review of Avatar: The Way of Water. I guess I'll talk about some spoiler stuff too, but I'll let you know when I'll get to the spoilers, but yeah. So yeah, when it comes to the actual sequel, I guess it was okay. Yeah, had a good time watching this compared to a lot of Marvel movies I've watched recently that have just been so bad. Same with DC, I guess, even though sometimes they'll have good ones, but yeah. It's just, I feel like the superhero genre's dying and I'm just trying to give other movies a chance. So that's why I decided to watch this, and I wasn't let down. It's just it's a bit too long, but you know, I'll get more into that anyway, because I'll touch on a bit of the main story that they're showing in the trailer anyway. So yeah, basically, their home basically falls, and they have to try to find a new home. Which that's when they introduce the water tribe that you see in the trailers, and you know why it's called the Way of Water, because they're meeting this new tribe that teaches them the way of their world. And let's just say, like, trouble basically follows them from the ones who destroyed their home. They're planning to, like, destroy the ones who are helping them next, and yeah. And I'll get more into what's happening, yeah. I mean, I didn't even know, like, certain things were going to happen, because they actually don't show them in the trailer, which was nice, but I'd probably, like, if you looked more into things, you'd probably realise what's going to happen. Because I had no idea, like, these certain things were going to happen, which, you know, I'll basically talk about. Yeah. I mean, there's one character I want to talk about especially, but, you know, I'll get to him, because I'm just not sure. It's one of the sons who's kind of more of the main character than the actual main character from the first movie, Jake Sully. Yeah. It's more like his family, like his kids that he has, because, you know, he basically has children, which we already know from the trailers. And one of them seems a bit special, Kiwi, who's kind of like that scientist from, you know, the first movie. But basically, I don't know if they, like, used some of her DNA with Sully's or something, and then basically made some special kid with just, there's basically something special about her, but you know, I'll get to that near the end when I'm talking about spoilers and stuff. But yeah, because it's mainly about, I guess, the sons, mainly the son that gets overlooked by everyone, so they're kind of using him as like a similar story to the first movie, where people just didn't really trust or think Sully would amount to anything, both the humans and, you know, the Avatar kind, yeah. But then he's able to prove himself on both sides, but then it seems like it's kind of going more to the other side, and then, you know, they basically, you already know what happens in the first movie, and some of it is still kind of similar. It's just rehashing a lot of the first movie again, but I kind of like the different tribe idea. I kind of prefer this tribe over the tribe from the first movie, yeah. I mean, it was a really cliche story anyway, so yeah. But as for the person who I guess we follow the most, it's basically one of the sons, the younger one, and I guess Miles from the first movie. So yeah, I don't even know if I should say it. I'm getting into spoilers now, but I guess. But other than that, and people probably already knew he was coming back, but yeah, other than that, yeah, I'd say I recommend it if you're just tired of watching superhero movies and just want to try something different. Like, you've been like with a certain genre and you want to give something else a chance, I'd say this is like an okay watch. It's just the biggest issue is that it's too long. Yeah, when it gets to like a certain point, like there's that part that could have been basically removed from the movie and it wouldn't really change anything, because they literally focus like 30 to 40 minutes on one thing that we kind of understand what's happening, but they could have skipped through a lot of that. Yeah, you didn't really need to see the whole process, because it was kind of boring, I have to say. But some of the moments where, you know, with the characters and stuff and just seeing the world, and then when you get to the battles, I guess they're the good parts. And that's what makes this movie, you know, watchable. Probably rate, like, I can't remember if I said like 7.2 out of 10 or something like that. Somewhere between 7.2, 7.4, yeah. Obviously not a brilliant movie, but entertaining and great visuals, yeah. James Cameron's done it again when it comes to the visuals. It's just he needs to get a really good story going into the next two movies, and that's all I'll say. So yeah, I'm basically talking about spoilers now, and let's see where I'm going to start. I guess the tribe. So yeah, at first, it's the same as the first one. he kind of, you know, he's kind of trying to get his family to safety after what happened to their home. It gets destroyed because it's getting to a point where the humans are kind of, you know, their homes getting destroyed, so they're kind of using like basically the Navi's homes and taking resources from their homes to save their world. And then that's when they basically go after these people who try to help, you know, Sully. And these people don't even want to get involved at first, but it gets to a point where they just decide to help him, which shows that they're kind of better people than, you know, their own, basically. Yeah. And I'm not even sure, 'cause since I only watched this once and I wasn't fully paying attention at the start, did basically all of the Navi get wiped out from that tribe apart from Jake Sully's family? I mean, that's a bit confusing to me. It wasn't fully clear for me, like, if everyone basically died, and maybe we'll see some of them in the third movie, but for now, I guess everyone in that tribe died apart from Jake's family, yeah? Because they got wiped out, man, damn. And then when he basically meets these people, they kind of have like a bit of beef between each other when it comes, especially when it comes to the kids. Like the youngest and oldest son kind of have to back up like the sister because they kind of view her as like a freak because she's kind of mixed with human and Navi DNA, and she has like more arms than what a Navi's supposed to have. So they can kind of tell that she's not, you know, a normal Navi. So they kind of tease her for it, but then, you know, the brothers back her up, and then, you know, they have like a big fight. Even to the point where when they're kind of training underwater, like they try to kill the younger brother, but he gets saved by some kind of whale creature who I guess was kind of outcast from this tribe because of, I think he was involved of kind of helping the humans even though he was trying to do something good, I think. Yeah, I can't remember the full story of that anyway, because the humans tried to use these whales to basically defeat this tribe one time, and it cost a lot of lives basically. Because they do have a strong bond with these whales. Like the mother, she has like a strong bond with a whale, but I think he ends up getting killed, I think. Yeah. When the war starts happening, and the way how they kind of set that up is a bit long. Yeah. Spending like 30 to 40 minutes kind of setting up what the human plan is, and I guess I think there's another character I need to talk about. Let's see. So Spider, like he was an interesting character. I liked him for most of the movie. It's just I know that a lot of people are divided with Spider by the time you get to the end, but I enjoyed his character. Yeah, it was a welcome addition to the franchise, I guess. He kind of acts like an animal, and it's kind of funny at times, but yeah, because he thinks he's like a Navi. And then when you find out who his father is, I mean, I didn't really fully guess it, but I don't know. Being the only human, you'd think it'd be like a big character that is tied to, yeah. And ends up being like Miles, basically the villain from the first movie, the general, who's in charge. Because we basically see him as like a Navi. He can't really go undercover, obviously, because they'll be able to tell that he's not one of them. Since the whole tribe got wiped out and stuff, so yeah. And he basically caused all that damage in the first movie, so they obviously wouldn't trust him. But he basically has a mission to find Jake Sully, because he knows he will be a problem, because he basically killed him in the first place, yeah. And then he's basically got a son he didn't know about. Or did he? I'm not even sure. So it kind of gets a bit complicated with that storyline. And at least there's something there. They just didn't really go full with it, because it gets to a point where Spider's kind of pushed to the side until the end, when they actually do something with that. And then that's where fans are not really, I don't know, digging Spider. I mean, my brother didn't really dig Spider after that scene. But yeah, I liked his character. He was interesting. Like, you can tell that the characters really love him, even though like it gets to a point where one of the characters, you know, then it kills him, like one of his family members, if you can say it like that. His adopted family members, but yeah, because some characters have some crazy journeys in this movie, yeah. But I guess I'll talk about Miles. So yeah, he was probably like the most interesting thing about this movie, because obviously he's on the human side, because he was basically in charge of taking down the Navi in the first movie and that village and stuff. But now he's in charge of finding Jake Sully, and he finds out that he's with this new tribe. So he's not really holding anything back when it comes to taking it over and stuff. But he will kind of hold back because of, you know, he really wants to find Jake, and he finds out that he has a son and he's with Jake. So that kind of doesn't make him go full all out, and he kind of mixing conflict with what's right and what's wrong instead of just being a full bad guy like in the first movie. So, like I said, they do something really interesting with that, but they just didn't go like all in with it. Yeah, because it'd be cool to see what they do with it in the third movie, with how things end. Yeah, which I'll get to it in a few minutes. Yeah, but yeah, his character's definitely done better in this movie because I didn't really care about his character at all in the first movie. Yeah, I mean, because there was kind of focused on other characters in the first movie. Yeah, like for example, like I guess Neytiri was kind of the most important one when it came to the tribe and introducing Jake to the the clan and stuff, and then falling in love with Jake and stuff. And I also like her journey in this movie too. Like it's crazy, man, with what she becomes by the end. Like I'm like, damn, that's probably some of the best stuff in the movie. Because yeah, there is these moments where it's really good, but then what happens afterwards is just it kind of slows down for a really long time, and you kind of have to wait until it builds back up again. And then I know because they're trying to build up the characters basically, yeah, and the storylines and stuff. And basically, I guess I'll talk about the rest of the plot and stuff, yeah. But just give me a second. So I think I need to. Oh wait. I'm just gonna go back to the first image anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna close all this. So yeah, back to the first image. So I'm just gonna talk about what happens for the whole movie, I guess. So I've kind of covered like the main stuff with the kids getting bullied, and then what happens with the whales and the humans using them as weapons to attack the tribe. And I think they end up losing some stuff as well, like some of the whales that they're really connected to. Because basically, the youngest son kind of, like I said, gets saved by the whale, and he has a bond with it. And, the tribe don't really trust that whale, but they're willing to give it a chance because it actually helps them fight against the humans and stuff. Because it gets to a point where basically all the kids get kidnapped, even like the water tribes kids, they get kidnapped too. So they kind of all have to work together anyway. Even it's with people they don't really want to work with, because Spider also gets kidnapped by his dad, but he doesn't really do anything to him, of course. But yeah, they all kind of have to work together to fight against him. And just the last part of the movie, it's probably better done than the first movie in my opinion. Like especially when it comes to Neytiri, like oh my god, she goes all out, because basically her family gets kidnapped, and then one of them actually dies, like the oldest brother, because he was kind of looking out for the youngest. And they kind of viewed him as like the next Jake Sully, basically. And Jake didn't even care about his youngest son as much because he felt like he was let down and stuff. And he was more like encouraging his older son. But then, when his oldest son dies, it's grieving him. But then the mum, she goes all out because she gave birth to him and stuff. So you just see a different side from Neytiri, like a true, just vengeful animal. Like, you just basically killed my son. And I'm just gonna want revenge. You just see her go all out, basically. I mean, you can see how skilled she is in the first movie, but you haven't seen like a wageful version. It's kind of like with Tom Holland's Spider-Man in No Way Home. You just used to seeing like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but when his Aunt May dies, he just goes all out. Like you just see such a dark side to him. Yeah. When he nearly kills Green Goblin, yeah, that's basically what you get from Neytiri. Because she's basically the one who killed Miles in the first movie, so it gets to a point where she's probably going to get to kill him again, but then something happens where I guess the family gets split up and they're trying to save each other. Like basically Neytiri gets stuck underwater with her daughter, but then her daughter has like special powers basically, which I kind of forgot to address that kind of stuff because she has like a deep connection with basically their god basically. Yeah, is it Gaia or something? I can't remember the name. I think it's Gaia. Yeah, but probably I don't know if I'm wrong, but yeah. Like she has like a proper connection with it, and she can basically talk to her like the scientists from the first movie and stuff, like talk to the dead basically. Yeah. So I feel like we'd see a scene where she's probably talking to like the older brother as well. Yeah. Like in the third movie or something. Yeah. But yeah, basically at the end, I think Jake is basically fighting Miles, and he gets to a point where he kind of chokes him out, but just choking him out. I know they're underwater, so he can't really breathe, but they can breathe longer than humans. So to me, I felt like he's gonna survive. He didn't fully finish him off like he did in the first movie, where Neytiri literally put 2 hours in him, and he basically was dead at that point. But they kind of brought him back as like an avatar. So yeah. because basically the son ends up saving him. Yeah, and that's when people are like, I don't know if I like this character now. I mean, I knew that he was gonna survive Miles, but getting saved by his son, like, some people are not happy about that, because you know that he hates his father because he tried to hurt his friends, and then it gets to a point where the team is basically using him to get to, you know, basically Miles, like, literally, like, she basically has him at, like, she has Spider at the throat, and, you know, it seems like she's going to kill him, but basically makes Miles surrender, basically, because I think, like, he had the kids hostage or something, so he was kind of forced to let him go because, you know, gonna kill his son, which shows he cares about his son, and that's probably like his weakness, basically. Yeah. And Spider's weakness is his dad, because even though he knows he's such a bad person, he'd still help him. Yeah. And then they have no idea that they just helped him, so he kind of comes back with the family and stuff, having no idea they helped him, and that's going to be some kind of conflict going into the third movie when he reveals that he basically saved his father. And Natiri, I can't imagine what she's going to do when she nearly killed Spider. Yeah. And they basically, you know, give like a ritual for the oldest son who died. And then the dad's like, I see you, to the youngest, which is kind of like a callback to the first movie, but done in a bad way, because Sonny was kind of a jerk to his youngest son, and then saying that he sees him at the end, just because, you know, his son's dead at this point, and I guess he kind of steps up at the end, because his brother died and he wants to protect the rest of his family, so yeah, that scene's not earned as well. Yeah, that's probably one of the weaker scenes. Yeah, but I really enjoyed the movie. Yeah, it was really entertaining. Yeah, and I definitely recommend it. Yeah, it was good. I mean, nothing brilliant, but better than some of the shit I've been seeing from Marvel, yeah, and DC. Yeah. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed my review. Guess I'll end it here. Appreciate if you can leave a like. I'll probably review the first movie when I guess the third one comes out. Yeah, when it gets to, like, because it's going to be 2024 when the third movie comes out, and they're going to have this some kind of fire tribe, so they're kind of in a way copying, yeah, they're basically copying Avatar a little bit with these different tribes and elements and stuff, like what they're good with, so are they going to learn to, like, go through fire or something? Like, I wonder how that's going to be. Yes, that would be interesting, I guess, but yeah, I guess we'll see. But yeah, I guess we'll end things here. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.